From coastal views to historic towns, serene naturescapes to wildlife encounters, this video will guide you through breathtaking locations that locals love but often go unnoticed by tourists. Welcome to Perth's Underrated Day Trips.
Hello everyone, I'm Kharissa and welcome back to the channel. Today we're starting a new series called Perth Underrated Day Trips. So when you think of Perth day trips, you instantly think of popular day trips such as a trip to Busselton Jetty, Pinnacles, or Rottnest Island. But did you know that there are other hidden gems waiting to be explored? In fact, some of the hidden gems are only an hour or so away from Perth.
And we're kicking off our series with the stunning region of the Avon Valley, where you will find rolling hills, babbling brooks, historic towns that are linked and connected via the Avon River.
Are you getting excited? Well, I am. Let's hit the road. And we have arrived at our first pit stop, the Bells Rapids National Park. So are you ready to wander around? Let's go.
Located 45 kilometers northeast of Perth, in the town of Brigadoon, Bells Rapids is a series of streams and waterfalls that make up part of the Avon River. This is a perfect place for getting in touch with nature, bushwalking, hiking, and a popular picnic spot year-round. Best to come here in winter and spring when the rapids are its finest. You will also find plenty of flora and fauna, including western grey kangaroos and spectacular wildflower display in spring.
One important tip, arrive early, especially on the weekend, to find your perfect picnic spot. And also, there's no entrance fee to this park.
Whenever I travel to a new city, I always seem to stick to the popular attractions. You know, the ones that every travel guide and Instagram post tells you to visit. But what about the hidden gems that only the locals know about?
You know, those secret spots that make you feel like you've stumbled upon something truly special. And that's what I feel about the town of Toodyay, which is our next stop. Toodyay, originally named Newcastle, its name was changed to the Noongar word Boodja, meaning mist, or some would say a place of plenty. Let's go wander around the streets.
This town is founded in 1831 and is considered to be one of the state's most beloved day trips destinations because of its bushranger history, sweeping natural landscapes, and local charm.
There's quite a few local attractions here at the town of Toodyay, but I've chosen a couple of highlights to feature, so let's go check them out. So this is the most famous attraction here in Toodyay, the Newcastle Jail Museum. It's also famous because of its notable inhabitant, serial escapee Moondyne Joe. Let's go inside.
Joseph Bolito Johns, better known as Moondyne Joe, was an English convict and Western Australia's best-known bushranger. Born into poverty and relatively difficult life, he became a petty criminal and robber with a strong sense of self-determination.
He escaped 3 times with a span of 6 months. That's a breaking record, right?
And today, you can visit the cell that was commissioned to deter other prisoners from mimicking Joe's dramatic escape. Entry to the precinct also includes a visit to the old police stables, as well as the convict depot barracks and Wicklow shearing shed. A ticket will set you back $5 per person or $12 for a family pass.
Something is really smelling good here. Maybe we can stop for coffee at the Toodyay Bakery before we head for something a bit more Christmassy. Come and follow me. Toodyay Bakery has a lot of sweets on offer, and I've chosen this frangipani tart. Smells so delicious. I can smell it from the street. Delicious. This town is definitely one of those underrated day trips that you must visit when you're in Perth. And if you're like me who loves Christmas, then here at Toodyay you can celebrate it all year round here at Christmas 360. Let's go check inside. Did you know that this is the biggest Christmas shop in all of Western Australia? In fact, they have over 7,000 items to choose from Christmas ornaments to beautiful Santa Claus. This is such a happy place. Amazing displays. I can spend all day here just choosing ornament for my Christmas tree. So who says you can't celebrate Christmas all year round? So I want to stay here longer, shop for more, but we have more places to explore, so let's go move on. And if you're an admirer of the outdoors, then this is a perfect area for you. Pelham Reserve, up the hill from Toodyay town. This is a wonderful place for bushwalking, enjoying the fresh air and the atmosphere, or a picnic or two. So let's go walk around.
Situated at the top of Duke Street, this hilly spot provides many scenic viewpoints over the town. Parking is located at the main lookout along with picnic and toilet facilities and the James Drummond Memorial Garden. There are a number of well tracks to explore in spring. The slopes are carpeted in pink everlasting flowers.
And what's special about this reserve are the wildflowers on displays. You will find them in springtime, so it's really beautiful. So where to next? We're heading to the biggest town in the Avon Valley. But before we head there, I want to take you to a place where I'm sure you and your kids will love. And now we've arrived here at Toodyay's free-range emu farm. This is not just an emu farm. In fact, it's the biggest free-range emu farm in the world.
Ever wanted to get up close and personal with an emu? The free-range emu farm in Toodyay is where visitors can view adult emus in their natural setting. The farm is open daily, but it's advised to call in for a much better experience.
Did you know that emus can run at speeds up to 48 kilometers an hour?
Emus swallow large pebbles to help their stomach grind up food. The emu is also one of only 2 Australian animals that can't move backwards.
Can you name the other animal that can't go backwards? Tip, it's one of the animals in Australian coat of arms. So now we're heading to the biggest town in the Avon Valley. Northam has a diverse range of attractions from historic charms, also popular for hot air ballooning, especially in springtime. But what's really special is its major cultural attraction.
Bilya Koort Boodja in Noongar language means river, heart, and land. The Center for Noongar Culture and Environmental Knowledge and showcases the region's Balardong Noongar culture through interactive educational experiences and quality exhibitions. Coming here will leave you with a whole new understanding of the region's Aboriginal culture, their history, their many stories, and their way of life.
And now I'm crossing Northam's Pedestrian Suspension Bridge, located just outside the Bilya Koort Boodja. It is actually built in 1975 and the longest of its kind in Australia. And another unique feature of Northam are the famous white swans.
White swans were introduced into Western Australia in the late 1800s and to Northam in the early 1900s. Since then, Northam has become the only place in Australia where these beautiful and rare creatures breed naturally in the wild. And it's the only place in Australia besides the zoos where you will see them in their natural habitat. And did you know that WA's largest population of white swans are located here in the Avon River?
You can also do some walking here, a bit of picnic, enjoy the relaxing environment, or simply lazing around. But there's no rest for the wicked because there's one last stop, one last historic town to visit. So let's go. And for our last stop, we're heading to the oldest inland settlement of Western Australia, the town of York. I'm really getting excited. Let's go. Welcome to the historic town of York. Let's go wander around.
Established in 1831, the town is renowned for its rich heritage, colonial architecture, and outstanding natural beauty. Surrounded by pretty rolling countryside and pastures, it's easy to see why York became the first inland settlement for Western Australia's early colonists.
Walking along the streets of York feels like you're stepping back in time. This town reminds me a bit like some of the villages back in England. A lot of the structure here, the Edwardian, Victorian, the churches, Federation buildings are really well preserved. No wonder it's one of the few towns in Western Australia to hold historic town status. So here is a perfect example of a well-preserved Edwardian opulence. The building and the structure is really well maintained.
Did you know that York was connected by rail in 1885? Following the discovery of gold in Yilgarn in 1887, the town was filled with miners, all alighting from the train and preparing to make the long journey across the plains to the gold fields.
And as you continue walking in the streets of York, you will be delighted to find other attractions, including antique shops, quirky and fun shops, and also York Motor Museum. So for those of you who are vintage car enthusiasts, then this is the place to be. Let's go check it out inside. From Peugeot to Bugatti and even Ford Model T. Impressive collection of vintage car here. You definitely must check it out. Amazing. And if you have a sweet tooth like me, then Fanny Farting Sweet is your answer. Let's go inside. I feel like a child again. So many sweets, a lot of confectionaries, not just Australian, but from all over the world. This one, love this. Favorite. Thank you so much. But for more of a strange, eerie, and spooky stuff, did you know that York is also well known for its many haunted places? We're inside one of them, the Castle Hotel, and also the Old York Hospital, one of the most haunted houses in Western Australia. It's a private property now, but people have experienced strange stuff, strange phenomenon. Oh my gosh, I'm having goosebumps just telling the story. Quite scary stuff. So let's go. This calls for a cold drink. And for some food and drinks, we're stopping here at the Homestead Bistro. So let's go inside. You know, one of the best things that I love about country dining is that they give you such big servings. Look at this fish and chips. So big. Delicious. Cheers, everyone.
Think about when was the last time you visited a new city and didn't go to the famous landmarks or museums? When did you last take a chance on local recommendation instead of following the TripAdvisor reviews? It's scary, I know, but trust me, the rewards are so worth it.
And we're now here at the Mount Brown Lookout. This is a perfect place for sunset, but at the moment it's starting to rain. This is also a perfect place for barbecue, for picnics, for you and your family. Thank you so much everybody for watching the video and supporting our channel. I hope to see you again in our next Perth hidden adventures. In the meantime, wherever you are in the world, I hope you stay safe, smile and be happy. Thank you so much. Bye bye everybody.